What are we doing, babe?
Having drinks. Cocktails.
Okay, so been out for a nice day in the sun, as you can see. But I think that's enough of the scenery. Let's get back to the rainforest room. So we're home. Whew, what a day. So, full disclosure, what you just seen was from Sunday. It is now Thursday. So, the reason we didn't finish the video off and why this is going up today instead of yesterday, got home and we probably walked 26,000 steps, something like that. Got a little bit sunburned. Check out my forehead. 2 different colours, sorry for the sweat. So yeah, so I wasn't probably feeling finishing the video off when we got home, so we're going to do it today. It's been a crazy week. We've had the electrics done, the room is a tip as you've seen, and I hate it when it's like this, but it is for the better because I've got an extra 10 electricity points in here. Focus! Not you, the camera. So good work done, still a little bit of DIY to do. But I'll tell you about that when we crack on with today's video. What was that about? Let's just do today's video. Okay, so possibly we'll do things a little bit differently today. It's probably more of a run and gun sort of situation. I'm going to film a lot of this on the mobile, so not a lot I can do in this space at the moment. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to, well, when I say a lot of work, obviously, let's start from the start. So yesterday the electricians came around and like I mentioned earlier, added 10 electrical points. So here we go. So you can see one there. So we've got 10 extra points in. Now, it does need another layer of plaster and it just needs sanded down and painted over. So I can't really move anything around. As you can see, the tanks are all over the place, not how it's intended. So a lot of work to be done now to try and get these walls finished off so we can move the tanks into the final placement. So you can see the 20-gallon nano there is only half full. I've added some paper towels so it keeps the plants moist and the moss doesn't die off. But all the fish are doing okay. The lights haven't come on yet, but you can see them in there. They're all doing okay. But I'm going to try and sort the mess of electrics out in this corner for the nano rack. So that'll be the next job, and then later on this evening then when my fiance comes home, I'll drain his tank and move it back into his place. So a lot of moving tanks around lately, and I know the video's been a little bit different recently. and perhaps a bit more vlog style, and sometimes not necessarily around the animals and probably more around the room and the setup. But like I've said before, we need to make sure we get this room finished, and we need to make sure that it stays the way I want, or we have things, we think ahead, I suppose, and just make sure all the things, the major things need done, like electrics, paint, plumbing, are all done before we start adding any more enclosures in here. So a lot of the major work's been done now, the gas work's been done, the electricity's done. The next job, I think, is going to be putting the shelves in this unit. As you can see, it's quite a tall alcove, and I plan on having all ADA tanks on there. So you can see there's 4 tanks on the shelving rack at the moment. So the 45p, and then again, the lights haven't come on yet. That's gonna remain. Then all the other tanks are gonna get upgrades, even down to Frank in the quarantine tub. Can we see Frank? Hey, Frank. Hello, buddy. He usually comes up when I put my finger in, but I think he's probably sleeping. Where are you, pal? Okay, we'll go and check back on him later. So as I said, all these enclosures are going to, oh, excuse me, I'm tripping over everything. Look at the mess. Are going to be ADA tanks with twin star lighting, wooden shelving to match the theme of this room, and I think it'll look a lot nicer spread out there, all across there as soon as you walk in the room. So that's going to be the next major job. I have talked in the past about adding a sink into this corner. Now, I do need hot and cold water plumbed in, and I had a quote come through a couple of days ago, and it's probably going to be around £750, so maybe $950 to get that installed, so a bit pricey. So I am going to carry on planning to do that, but if I do that, all I'd need to do is pull the carpet up and do the work through there. So this side of the room, I'm going to remove that in order to do it, but if they're up on the shelves, we won't need to move anything. So we can still plow ahead with this room. And in terms of the next enclosure that we're going to be tackling is Bert. There he is. Just sprayed him down. Come on, Bert, he's in the shed. What are you doing? What are you doing? Nah, I think he wants to come out. So I'm going to be doing a full bioactive setup in this. It's already bioactive, but I want to do fake background with spray foam. And I'm going to add acrylic sheets onto the sides, because we've already covered it with this just plastic sort of tarpaulin type stuff. But then we'll have a full background, so it'll probably look more along the lines of something like this, which Castro's living in at the moment, and she's doing her best to hide. You see her under that branch? There she is. So it's going to be more like that eventually. Okay, so as well, on one of the past videos I've recently done, it was a Q&A video, and I asked a lot of you to send me in questions, and again, thanks for all of you for sending in the questions. Now, just before I made that video, I did post on my Instagram feed, sorry, my YouTube feed, to ask if there are any remaining questions just before I made the video, and Scott's inverts got in there just after I started filming, so I didn't include that, and I did say to Scott I'd include it in the last video, so apologies Scott that I didn't, but Scott's inverts wants to know, and I'll put it up here. Do I plan on keeping any inverts, so insects, arachnids, things like that, for those of you who don't know, and if so, what would it be? Now, I've got a lot of friends on Instagram and YouTube that are massively into inverts and spiders and things like that. These creature features one of those. And I've always said that, yeah, I've never been that bothered about spiders and things like that, but there are some beetles I quite like. I like jewel beetles. I like the purple and green. Now, forgive me if I'm spouting the wrong names or information. I don't know anything about insects. And I have considered it recently, to be fair. But whether we'll do that as a priority, I don't know, but maybe one day in the future. So again, thanks for your question, Scott. And again, check out Scott's YouTube link in my description. But as I said earlier, a little bit different this video. Obviously I got a lot of work to do to get this room done. I'm hoping in the next, say, 2-3 videos we sort of get back to normal and the sort of videos you come to expect, and I know a lot of you enjoy. Now, I just want to clear up something quickly on the discus scape. I know a lot of you have been asking because we were originally going to have it in front of the fireplace. Now, we are keeping the angelfish and the discus fish that we already had. Now, we're going to have to get rid of them because we didn't have room. Now, as I said in the past video, my fiance was kind enough to offer a space for the 40-gallon in her room. So they are going to remain in that tank and they are going to remain in that room. I will probably scape her out for her at some point, and we'll make a video around that, but they are going to remain in there. So we've still got the fish, but they're just not going to be back in this room. So I just need to make a couple of decisions on what's going to go in that tank, just because I just need to consider this is an upstairs room. So, you know, we need to consider weight and things like that. There's obviously a lot of tanks in here. Getting those tanks up on shelves onto the wall rather than on a stand will relieve a lot of our weight as well. None of the enclosures particularly weigh that much, but that would probably be one of the heaviest enclosures we have in. So I am going to take my time and make sure we make the right decision, and I'm maybe getting somebody out to have a look at, you know, the structure of the floor and, you know, what sort of weight can we hold, and potentially whether we need to reinforce it in any way. If we can't do that, then potentially we need to rethink it. I have got a few ideas I have been thinking about, and we may not decide to go with fish. We may go with a reptile. So stay tuned. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you're a regular viewer, thanks very much for joining us again. Give us that thumbs up and drop us a comment just to show YouTube you're enjoying this sort of content and allows me to make more videos like these. Whoo! I am warm. I got work to do. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Uh-oh. So like you can see, this again, like you can see, what's it? Whew, a little bit shiny, that's what the lighting.